Here we go, man. Let me plug the joint right quick. What women say they want versus what they actually respond to. Let me say that shit again. What women say they want versus what they actually respond to. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to share with you guys and ladies some text messages that I got from one of my clients, right? So let me just say this before I get into that. Again, under the description of all of my videos and live streams, including this one, right? You have my website, manhoodisaskillset.com. You also have a link, a calendar link, where you can schedule phone consultations or Zoom consultations. So feel free to explore those links. If you're with it, let me know. If not, you just want to enjoy the videos, so be it. Let me plug the joint. What women say they want versus what they actually respond to. Before I share these messages with you, let me just tell you guys this. Hold on real quick. Y'all know I've been telling y'all for a while now that sexual attraction is not logical. Okay? Because sexual attraction is not logical, you cannot logically explain why a woman sexually desires that guy versus that guy, right? In many cases, you cannot logically explain that, right? When women are overcome with a desire because of their feelings, right? Because that's what attraction is. Attraction is a feeling that one gets, right? This is why sexual attraction is different from physical attraction, right? Let me say this before I get into the meat and potatoes of this. Physical attraction doesn't always evoke an emotional response or feeling from women. Let me say that shit again. Physical attraction or being handsome or cute as a man does not always evoke or elicit an emotional response or feeling from a woman, but sexual attraction does. If you have sex appeal, right, the appeal of you sexually, if you have the appeal of you sexually, if you have sex appeal where women gravitate to you sexually, that's more potent and powerful than physical attraction, because it's a feeling that a woman gets when she's in your physical presence. What women say they want versus what they actually respond to. This is why when you hear women talk about, oh, I want a man that makes a certain amount of money, or I want a man that's a certain height, or I want this, or I want that. All of these are dating preferences. But none of these things that women say on the internet or publicly factor into how they actually feel or respond to a man or to men who actually have sex appeal. Whatever women say is trumped by the feeling that they have when they are in the presence of a sexually appealing man. I need people to understand that. Let me go ahead and share this with y'all. So he's in the blue, the young lady's in the black. So he says, now I don't know what he said prior to what you're seeing here. This is all that was sent to me. And he was asking me some advice. Now, let me just say this. When he sent this to me, his advice was how should he handle this, right? And it just so happens that some things developed between him and this young lady after he sent me this message and after I gave him some advice on how to deal with this, right? So he says, also, if you're not sure about your schedule on Wednesday, I can just text you Wednesday morning to see if you're free for me to come over that night. Now, although this video isn't about me breaking down his style of communication, I'm going to take this opportunity to do just that. Let me just say this to all you men. Stop giving women options. Just tell women what you're going to do and let it be that, or provide instructions to the women or to the woman as to what you want them to do and let that be that. Okay, because what it appears to be is that sometimes you guys end up negotiating with these women and you give them options. When you give women options, you are setting yourself up for failure. Just let women know what it is, and either they're going to be about it or not, right? So she goes on to say, my schedule isn't the issue. I can definitely work around it if I need to. The main thing is the fact that I don't find super casual relationships fulfilling. There's a certain level of intimacy and consistency that I need to be content. And I don't think you have the bandwidth for it. Also, I'm having an allergic reaction to something that I didn't realize how crazy my face looked until I got home. Disregard how I look tonight, please. Now, because I think a certain way, we're going to skip right back down to the last message she sent. And I'm going to tell you how paramount her last message was. She stated, disregard how I looked tonight, please. That's what I want guys to understand. If a woman does not plan on seeing you ever again, if she doesn't have any anticipation, any desire, any intrigue to see you ever again, she is not going to give a damn as to what you thought about when it came to her physical appearance when you saw her. Now, to give you a little background story, my client, he met her and he met one of her friends at a grocery store, I believe, is where they met at. So for all you guys that are always asking, how do I approach women in groups, right? 2 or more women, right? This client of mine, he stays dealing with women and approaching women that are always 2 or more deep, right? He's become very well adept at handling a conversation involving 2 or more women, and he's been very consistent about pulling at least one of the women in the conversation. He's been very consistent. He has not been 100%, but he's been better than 50% over the last couple of months of actually setting up something where him and the lady that he is interested in and who's also mutually interested in him, where they actually see each other again beyond the initial meeting. So he's getting quite adept at being able to make that happen for himself, right? Again, she has disregard how I look tonight, please. She's anticipating seeing him again. Now, if you look at her overall message, you might be dissuaded by the fact that she is saying, the main thing is the fact that I don't find super casual relationships fulfilling. There's a certain level of intimacy and consistency that I need to be content. And I don't think you have the bandwidth for it. Now, basically, he propositioned her and he told her that he was trying to make something happen on the casual tip, meaning he let her know, I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm interested in making something casual happen, aka casual sex. So her response to him in this text is, I'm not really about that. I need a certain level of intimacy. Now, when she says intimacy, let's be clear as to what she really means. What she is talking about is non-sexual intimacy. And she needs consistency where that's concerned. So basically what she is saying is, I need to be dated. I need someone who's going to date me. I need someone who's going to take me a little more serious than just a casual fling. Now, The advice he asked me was really a confirmation as far as him doing the right thing, sticking to his guns, and basically not deviating from the fact that I'm trying to do something casual. Either you with it or you not. So he sent me that message last week. This past Sunday, 2 days ago, right? She hit him up and she asked him, does that offer still stand? What offer am I talking about? The offer for a sexual rendezvous. So he went over to her place this past Sunday, 2 days ago, and he was telling me, he was like, Zach, bro, every time I try to get up and stop, she wanted another round. Bro, I got up to catch my breath, and she grabbed me by my joint. She grabbed him by his joint and pulled him back into the bedroom. I was like, give it to me again. Now, here's a woman that told him in a text message, I don't find super casual relationships or flings super fulfilling. I need something more intimate and consistent. And here she is calling him up saying, does that offer for some dick still stand? So he go over there, he dropping off dick like Uber Eats. Why what women say they want versus what they actually respond to? What women say they want versus what they actually respond to. Here's the reality of it. And I talked about this when I said women aren't all that complicated. And she proved my point. All women, and I emphasize all, every last single woman, they all want a consistent, pleasurable, memorable experience with a man that they are attracted to. And if they had it their way, that experience would involve non-sexual intimacy, where they are actually being dated, where that man is giving them great sex, but he's also spending quote-unquote quality non-sexual time with them, where they are getting non-sexual intimacy. I already broke down what non-sexual intimacy is. I don't want to rehash that, right? But all women want that. But here's what they will actually respond to. When they are in the presence of a man that they are sexually attracted to, and he basically lets them know, look, I ain't trying to do all of that girlfriend, boyfriend shit. I'm not looking for nothing like that. Well, if you want to deal with me, these are my terms. I can serve you some dick, and I can serve you some more dick. Beyond that, I make no promises. So what women will sometimes do, right, is they will do exactly what that young lady did. Oh, I'm not really interested in that. I need more than that. Casual flings aren't all that fulfilling for me. Bullshit. Hey, let me tell you what's fulfilling for all women, regardless of what they say they want. What's fulfilling for all women is great sex. Women will take great sex over a man that they're seeing who is inconsistent with the non-sexual intimacy and who is bad in bed. Okay, I said this before. Depending on how sexually attracted a woman is to you, and depending on how great of a lover you are in the bedroom, they will settle for a percentage of what they want, although they want way more than you're willing to offer. But if what you have to offer, although it's a percentage of what they want, if what you have to offer is so good to them, they will settle for that thing. What women say they want versus what they actually respond to. I said this before to you guys. If all you want is sex, if all you want is a fuck buddy scenario or anything like that, you stick to your guns. You stand on what you stand on. You don't deviate from it. A lot of guys who ain't got no game, they ain't got no sense of integrity, no honor, no dignity to them at all, they would compromise their manhood for sex. And they would say, well, you know, all I got to do is give her some of what she wants, and then maybe on the back end, I can get what I want. The minute you do that, women already know you're controlled by sex. Men who are not controlled by sex have this mindset. This is what I'm offering. Take it or leave it. Men who are controlled by sex, they will give the perception that this is all I have to offer, take it or leave it. But as soon as a woman challenges them, they will fold like a cheap tent or like a lawn chair from the 1970s. Google what lawn chairs look like back in the 70s and 80s. They will fold. What women say they want versus what they actually respond to. You never deviate from the task at hand. You let women know what it is, and either they with it or they not. And all you got to do is say, hey, are you ready to make that happen? You have my number. Hit me up. And what a lot of you guys don't realize is that you are in the midst of a woman who is actually sexually attracted to you. You just don't know it because of the way that she's presenting. And let me just say this in closing. The young man whose messages I just read, him and the young lady, he found out later that this young lady actually does social media content. And there's a video floating around of him when they first met. She had a camera on her when she was with her friend, and she filmed the encounter with him when they first met. And she told her friend, ooh, girl, he's my type. I need him. Now, he didn't know that until after they had sex. And then she told him who she was and that she does social media content. And no, I'm not going to share with you who she is and all of that. That's none of my business, right? That's none of my business. The point I'm trying to make with all of that is, I told you guys before, women already know when they very first meet you whether or not you're the type of guy they might want to have sex with. She already knew when she first met him, based on the fact that she revealed to him in the video that she uploaded to whatever social media platform she put it on. Girl, and she was telling her friend, he's my type. I need that. She already knew she wanted to have sex with him. He didn't know that. I tell you guys all the time, women are not always going to reveal to you that they're feeling you sexually. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. All you got to do is stick to your guns, be true to yourself, let women know I'm only going to deal with you on my terms. Take it or leave it. It just so happens because he stuck to his guns, she ended up hitting him up. He went by, he beat it up, and then she revealed to him that she was feeling him sexually all along. I'm out.